Hello students, good morning. Today we have come over here to discuss certain topics and principles and practices of crop production. Okay, so today we are going to discuss certain topics in course outcome 3. So we will be getting certain different practices of crop management practices. So what we are going to do, so that we will see. Very important is water management. So water management is actually what it is: water management, soil management, crop management. Okay, so what is actually how we are conserving the water and how effective our irrigation system is. So that is water management. So what is meant by soil management? How you are leveling your soil, to what extent you are mulching it, you are using organic matter, what sowing methods you are using, how you are controlling a weed. Okay, and that is one. That's crop management. Also it will be including what intercropping you are using, like this. Okay, so this all you can have it as, for example, you can take it as countering terracing. This means grouping or growing of crops parallel to the contours of a hill slope to form a natural barrier for water to flow down the slope. See, actually what happens here is, you know very well, when you have it as a hill, what will happen? Water will slide down. So we are growing the crop so that it is having it as a barricade. So these are some methods by which we are conserving this water. So sustainable water management, in the sense, in agriculture what we are doing is, see, your water need is maybe different and water availability may be different, but we are trying to match them in terms of quality and also in terms of space and time. In the sense, at reasonable cost is very important. Okay, because we need more yield, we need profit. A farmer needs profit for his living, right? So that is what is we have to see about the legal and also the economical constraints also. So underwater demand management is gaining more attention. Okay, and we have to frame a very good effective irrigation schedule, when to irrigate and how much water has to be applied, right? And this frequency also depends on the irrigation method, and you have to have a prompt in the sense, it has to be whenever there is some changes in rainfall or anything, it has to be, your schedule has to be flexible enough. So now I am discussing certain very important is irrigation scheduling, right? Is the decision making process for determining where to irrigate the crops and how much water to apply. Okay, if you are doing it, what advantages? You will have water conservation, you will have enhanced fertilizer efficiency. Overwatering is also very dangerous. Okay, it's costly and also it may take off your fertilizers. Okay, and then elimination of surface infiltration, flexibility in providing frequent and light irrigation, and I left one, I think so. Uniform and highly effective water application, reduced problems of disease and weeds, lower pressure required for operation, and this is very essential. Okay, and what disadvantages? High cost we need, and if something this cost is very important, right? So crop management. So crop management is what we are doing here is, we are trying to minimize the risk of crop failure, right? So what you're doing is, you are choosing the beneficial crop and trying with the available, because rainfall, you can't predict the rainfall or you can't modify the rainfall. So we are trying to gain maximum yield with the available rainfall. So we are selecting the crop patterns, we are selecting the crop varieties, or you are developing a crop varieties, you are developing water resistant crop varieties. Okay, and this is very essential. You are using a rational use of fertilizers. Okay, you are not wasting it, so that is very essential. So application of agrochemicals in proper timing to avoid damaging beneficial organisms, and integrated or biological methods. We are using biological methods to control the pests and diseases if it's possible. So plowing itself, you are uprooting all your weeds. Okay, it's a biological method of controlling your weeds. Recommendations for best irrigation practices: reduction of water losses, improve the efficiency, increase of the water. I said already, water pricing, that's very essential. Okay, reuse of marginal waters, that is reclaimed or backlash for irrigation, wider and more effective participation, capacity building. Next is nutrition management. So nutrition management is we are trying to improve the productivity. So what it is, integrated nutrient management is a combined application of chemical fertilizers and organic menus for the crop production. Okay, what is concept is actually the nutrients is stored in the soil, the nutrients are purchased from outside the farm, and nutrient has to be taken uptake by the crops at the harvest time. So why this nutrient management is essential? Okay, so because it helps to reduce the contamination to the waterways, and it improves the soil fertility, it enhances the productivity or your yield, it reduces the cost of chemical fertilizers. Okay, it is providing the balanced nutrition and also promotes carbon sequestration and prevents the deterioration of soil, water and ecology. So how we are applying the fertilizers, broadcasting, the placement, the starter solutions, foliar applications, application to irrigation water, that we call it as a fertigation or injection into soil, and also aerial applications. Okay, that's I have given as a small diagram. You can see that broadcasting, it's top dressing. Okay, normally it is used for the surface and others, and placement is you're placing it inside, deep and localized placement. Band placements is on the sides, hill and row placement, and pellet application. Next one is integrated pest nutrition management is intelligent and are using combined use of inorganic, organic and biological resources to sustain optimum yields. Okay, so what here is doing is we are protecting our crops and enhancing high crop productivity. Okay, so this is an integrated manner appropriate for each farming situation. So this is very very essential. What are the components? Inorganic fertilizers, your for the nutrient management you need organic manures. Okay, it can be your legumes, biofertilizers, etc. So broadcasting, you are just spreading uniformly all over the field. Okay, top dressing is the broadcasting of fertilizers, particularly nitrogenous fertilizers in closely sown crops like paddy and wheat. Okay, and integrated refers to the maintenance of soil fertility and plant nutrients supplied to an optimum level. So what it is actually, it's the management and conservation of natural resource base and the orientation of your technological and institutional agencies in such a manner to ensure the attainment and continuing satisfaction of human needs for the present and future generation. Okay, so this is very very essential. This integrated nutrient management is very very essential for your proper growth. Okay, and also you know very well everything is money, right? So money is very very essential. So it's what you have to do is you have to carry out whether recycling of crop residues is required, or otherwise offset mobilization of nutritional resources is needed, or otherwise you have to schemes like balanced and integrated use of fertilizers have to be designed. See, actually government of India, they have designed this, okay, for the what it is in order to promote the use of organic manures and biofertilizers, because they don't degrade the soil. That's the main benefit. And soil management is actually, soil has to be protected, right? It's very essential for your good and healthy products. And water resources should also be protected. Your underground water shouldn't be deteriorated at any cost. Okay, so in arid regions also, the best way is to protect the water is to grow plants that are suitable for the ecology of that particular region. That's very essential. Okay, so if you are spending the all resources for a particular crop, then what happens? Other crops, they will be in dangerous condition. Next one is to control your pest and diseases naturally, because many weed control chemicals are injurious or harmful to human beings also. So it is better to go for biological methods, right? And also soil has to be protected and developed, right? And absolute water is also essential. This is what I said you again. When you're considering the pests and diseases, what you can do is it's called as integrated protection management. That is, you are applying in a balanced manner. Okay, weeds and soil, choosing durable varieties, intercropping with certain varieties, carrots, onions. You can interact this way, right? Keeping proper distance between the plants. So what happens if there is a long gap? Is also again a problem. So you are trying to maintain a proper distance between the gaps, and you are determining the timing of agricultural practices is a natural method. So this weed will grow in this season, along with this plant. So you are avoiding that particular period like this. Okay, thank you all. See you in the next video.